What's up, everybody, and welcome to Around the Monitor for April 3rd. I'm your host, King Kaiser, and this is the weekly gaming news talk show where every point you make in the discussion is a point towards winning. Joining us once again, we've got Master Hand Mizuki.
This is my work from home energy right now. I want to go to sleep.
We've got the Ace Attorney, Dapper Dastard.
Might as well fucking call me the Dull Dastard, because Tyler's over here upstaging me.
We've got the Hockey Stick and Sickle, Ian.
With Cat on the side.
With Cat.
Oh.
What are the Cat's political views?
He just likes food, so...
And last but not least, we've got the voice of the people, Hio 590. That was maybe the goofiest thing I've ever seen you do, and I'm very uncomfortable. So you can watch the show live on twitch.tv/KingKaiser every 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursdays. And if you do watch the show live, you can actually vote to influence the scores of the show. Whoever has the highest score at the end of the show gets a minute to talk about whatever they would like to, as well as bragging rights for the week, if that even matters to you. But if you can't watch this live, don't worry. It goes up goes up in an edited format on YouTube the very next day, as well as on Apple podcast services. So, obviously, the big news article for this week, breaking news as of today, The Last of Us Part 2 has now been delayed indefinitely. They haven't even given a new release date for it. Could potentially be a PlayStation 5 game at this point. Who knows? But what we do know is sales numbers for the last game. Normally we start the show with asking players, Hio, don't touch that keyboard, I swear to God. I asked the players what a trivia question to help determine the order for this week. And this week's trivia question is, how many copies did The Last of Us Part 1 sell in its lifetime? And that does include both the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4 version.
Was it?
Okay. Answered my question before.
I was a little bit bigger than that. I'll say that much.
No, I'm going to go... Sorry.
You're fine.
14 mil.
14 mil.
14 mil. 1.65 million.
1.65 million.
I've got it. 5,800,300.
Going for the meme
That
answer.
was my joke, damn it. We'll just go 7.5 mil.
7.5 mil. The correct answer is 20 million. So that means
Wow.
Damn.
Ian is going to be first, followed by Dapper, followed by Mizuki, and then Hio. Yeah, even Reliant K fan in the chat said 5,800 or 830. Blah. All right, let's go through this week's topics really quick. We've got Gamescom is going to be still happening, but probably in a digital format this August. Steam is now changing how downloads work to deal with a higher number of players. Star Wars Jedi Academy secretly has crossplay, and PC players are massacring Switch players. There's a new Pong RPG coming this spring. You know it's a slow news week when we're talking about a Pong RPG. We've got Gearbox employees will not be receiving a huge bonus that they had expected this year for Borderlands 3. Phil Spencer says that the Xbox Series X won't be delayed even if Halo Infinite is. We might be seeing a bunch of Mario remakes coming this year. Apparently, Hello Neighbor is a huge intellectual property because it made $16 million in lifetime sales, as well as, I think, 2 million sales of the books, which I didn't even know there were books for this game. Overwatch's April Fool's event adds googly eyes to all the characters. Bethesda has announced that it will not be holding a digital event to replace E3 this year. Phil Spencer also says that Xbox Series X pricing will, quote, stay agile to compete with the PlayStation 5. And as I said before, The Last of Us Part 2 is delayed indefinitely. Ian, where would you like to take us this week to start?
All right. I'm going to take us to Gearbox.
All right. Tell us
Gearbox
about our corporate overlords.
I believe it was Gearbox who basically, among a couple other studios, said if you leave the game in the middle of production, you're not going to be on the credits.
Mm-hmm.
It was Gearbox who has already stiffed developers. I think a couple years ago they were involved in a wage theft scandal.
Yes, they were.
Yeah. I was remembering that right. So basically, they just didn't pay their developers for a while.
Yeah.
Now, they're not getting the bonuses that they deserve. They put out a really good game. I haven't played it, but everyone I've heard talk about
It's
it
a fine game, I think, but it has sold a lot, to say the
Yes.
least.
They put out a game that did really good numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And the standard practice is you put out a game. These people were under heavy crunch, which
Mm-hmm.
is just a terrible way to live.
Mm-hmm.
For years. They put out this game. They put their heart and soul into it, and now Randy Pitchford comes out and says, "Hey guys, sorry, not giving any reason at all,
Mm-hmm.
saying, hey, we're not actually going to give you your bonuses that you expected and budgeted on for this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I'm just going to do what I did last year probably and take a $1.2 million bonus myself."
Yeah.
Or was it $1 billion?
I think it was 12 million is what I think I read.
million.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yes.
There it is. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that $12 million bonus myself. These people deserve more than they were gonna get with the bonus.
Mm.
They deserve, and Randy Pitchford deserves fucking nothing.
I think that has been a running theme across all of the Around the Monitor shows. Is, man, Randy Pitchford is such a fucking dick.
Randy Pitchford fucking sucks. He contributes nothing. I'm sure that the Gearbox IP would be worth more if he were gone. How much bad press does he bring to them? How many people don't buy their games because of him? Fire Randy, and the whole thing is a couple $1 million more in the stock market.
Oh no, we just lost visuals on literally everybody all at once. Discord, why? Yeah, Randy Pitchford just cannot stop giving bad press to Gearbox. I'm sure 2K, who owns Gearbox, would love for him to not be such a fucking lightning rod of controversy. But I think
Can the disembodied voice add one thing to this?
absolutely, because I know you're a huge fan of Pitchford yourself.
Yeah, Randy Prickford.
Randy Pitchford.
No, what absolutely tilts me about this is, well, one, any company that pays you substandard wages, then tries to compensate it with other bullshits like commissions or tips or bonuses is already super sketchy in my eyes.
Absolutely.
But in this case, it was working because they did get really big bonuses back in the Borderlands Tuesdays. So
Yes.
I was okay with it because they were getting what they deserved at the end.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest problem with things like bonuses is they're so much easier to basically skip out on.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the biggest reasons is you can put so many weird contingencies on it. And for this one, the reason they're not getting their bonuses is because Gearbox projected sales were off.
Yes.
So the reality, Gearbox could have just over-projected their sales a shit ton to a point they never thought they were going to reach. Then when they obviously don't hit that, oh, sorry guys, we can't pay you because we didn't hit our own fucking projected sales number.
Yeah.
It's so fucking scummy and so fucking shitty to basically make full pay contingent on something you can completely screw them on. It is douchey to the max.
It's just wild that how big the bonuses are, and I understand this is a practice decently common across the entire games industry. Once a
Not
game
just the
releases,
games industry.
that too,
right.
you get your big bonus, assuming the game does well. But I think we talked about it before, Rockstar or Naughty Dog, those people are getting literally some of them even like hundreds of thousands of dollars in a bonus, like in a year that a game launches, for them to
the bonuses
suddenly
can
not get
six
that is
figures.
fucking wild. Like, can you imagine just being like, oh well, when you were hired here 3 years ago, you were promised $100,000 bonus at the end of the 3 years. Sorry, it's not going to happen though.
Yeah, he was
Too
like
bad,
he
so
was like
sad.
he was like $8,000 instead. Sorry, that's 92,000 left, but go fuck yourself. It's insane.
I can't
Don't
imagine.
forget.
To point out that the way these companies work is that once this game releases, or once it's through its development cycle, half or more of these people are being fired.
That too.
That's just how the games industry works, especially in AAA games.
Yeah.
They hire them on for, the course of the game ends, and everyone's fired, go find another job. So these bonuses are supposed to be your income for the time that you are finding another job.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also you just worked fucking 100-hour plus weeks.
To finish this game.
To finish this game, you deserve something. The games industry is a fucking mess. I wanted to be a games developer until I saw how terrible it was, and I decided, no, let's go into some other shit.
I mean, hey, I wanted to be a content creator until I realized how hard it. Oh shit! Fuck, I'm still doing it. It's super disheartening. I feel terrible for the developers of this game. I think earlier, Mizuki made the hashtag Pitchforks for Pitchford, which is just so good, and I love it. I wish that was trending. Going on from there, though,
man. You're the one that uses Twitter.
I tweeted it out. I did tweet Pitchforks.
Oh, okay.
Pitchforks for Pitchford. Dapper, you're up next. What would you like to take for your first topic?
All right. Let's switch over to something more fun. Let's talk about the 35th Mario anniversary and what might be coming out of it.
Absolutely. Some good news, hopefully.
Yeah, so I think I got that year right. This is the 35th anniversary of Mario.
Correct.
It's kind of badass. It's a pretty long time, especially in the games industry.
Absolutely.
But to celebrate that, we got a lot of unconfirmed news and rumors.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we sort of knew a new Paper Mario was coming. We sort of had that news come a while ago, and this just feels to double down on it.
Exactly.
But the more interesting unconfirmed stuff is we might be getting some remasters of some of the older 3D Mario games.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be pretty sweet because I think all the 3D Mario games are at least good to a certain extent.
I think absolutely.
People are gonna like, I know some people don't like 3D World, some people don't like Sunshine, but there's people that like all of them to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
So the chance, and I think the ones people were looking at were a Super Mario 64 remaster, a Sunshine remaster, and then the first Super Mario Galaxy remastered. All of those could potentially be really, really cool ideas. I know some people might be saying that it's a little soon for Galaxy to get remastered, but Xenoblade Chronicles is getting remastered and that game's not that old at all.
That's a very good point.
That's really not stopping. Nothing's stopping Nintendo from remastering games that were less than 10 years old.
Absolutely.
But I would love to see 64 and less excited, but it would also be really cool to see Sunshine remastered. Because those are, they're classic games, especially 64, and they would be super well received on the Switch, especially with how well the Switch is doing and how good platformers like that would play on the Switch.
Absolutely. My question to you is, do you think that this is them kind of switching? Do you think they're switching gears to this to put these games out because they've realized a bunch of other things are going to get delayed this year due to the global pandemic, and they're saying, okay, well, it's probably not going to be as hard for us to do a remake of these old games. We can still have people work from home and get these finished in time for the end of the year or something like that.
That's tough because...
Or potentially, maybe they had plans for another big game this year, maybe Breath of the Wild 2 for Christmas, and that's not going to happen.
I don't think Breath of the Wild 2 was ever coming out this year. I so we can all stop pretending that was a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the new Paper Mario was going to be a thing no matter what. I personally think this is probably something they had on their mind already. Nintendo has been on a bit of a remaster spree. Again,
That's true.
Xenoblade, Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Well, listen, nobody bought the Wii U, so all those games are fair game on the Switch, baby.
God, let me tell you. Please remaster Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Switch. I will put 200 more hours into it. If you give me that in the Switch, I wouldn't even fucking hesitate. But yeah, no. Give me Super Mario 64 remastered. I will play that in a heartbeat on the Switch.
Ryan K-Fan points out a good thing. He says, I wonder how the pointer will work for the Star Bits in Galaxy. Yeah, I wonder if that game's going to have to play docked. I wonder if it's going to do
That'd be weird.
Something similar to... Because Galaxy had... Or sorry, Odyssey had a thing where, like, if you played it with motion controls, you could actually control more accurately. And I think there was, like, one trick you couldn't even do without... If you're just playing normal controller, but you can still beat the whole game without it. Or at least in that case. I don't know how they're going to make it work for this.
Yeah, because the motion controls are decently important, at least for collecting star bits. A lot of the shaking to do spin attacks, you can get around that pretty easily. But collecting star bits was the one thing that the motion control pointer was pivotal on.
Absolutely.
Listen, I stand by my assertion that the best controller for Super Mario Galaxy is the DualShock 4. You map the right stick to the
okay, Ian.
IR.
Except you have to
any fucking motion controls.
Except you have to do it on an emulator on your PC and not on the console that it was intended for and sold for you.
So simple.
That's like just being like any console game is better played on PC. Yes, you're right.
No, but controls are so much better.
Going on from there. Also, Ian, if you wouldn't mind refreshing camera again, you got bumped. But yeah, Reliant K fan took away a point from you on that one. Music-y, you're up next.
Brutal.
What would you like to talk about?
Let's talk PlayStation. Let's go to the lack of a world with Last of Us 2.
All right. Take it away.
This was literally like breaking news earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Last of Us Part 2 and to a lesser hype level Iron Man VR both delayed indefinitely for their PS4 launches.
Mm-hmm.
Last of Us Part 2 was supposed to come out in May, and I believe it was May or June for Iron Man VR as well, maybe even end of April. So this doesn't sound good, right? They're delayed indefinitely. There's no date. I think there's no date for a reason. I don't think that these are going to become vaporware. I don't think that... No, it's not going to be a vaporware situation. I don't think we're looking at 2021 situation. I think the indefinitely tag was put on them because PlayStation doesn't know when they're going to be able to release this game.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how long this COVID thing's going to last. Japan is a shit show right now. They're even dealing with it less as well as we are, and we're not doing great with it. So, like, I don't think this is as bad as it sounds. I think the primary reason for this is they're getting towards the end of the game where a lot of it's QA and fixing game-breaking bugs.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with that is they need QA test machines. A little insider info, because one of my roommates QAs for Sega, their QA people cannot take the test machines home. So,
in order to
QA
test the game,
people,
you have to come in.
In order to test the game, they have to come in. So he's on furlough basically right now. But I imagine that's one of the reasons why they push this the most is there's like a month and a half-ish, actually probably about a month left of them actually working on it before you get to it goes gold, it's ready to ship and all that. And this is the part where they're having QA in there probably the most. And they can't. So realistically, them putting this on here, and the same for Iron Man, of not being able to we're all gone.
Yep.
Not being able to give a release date is they really need the QA resources and they don't know when they're going to have them back. So I don't think it's all doom and gloom. The most interesting piece of information to me is that they didn't mention Ghost of Tsushima. Because that comes out 1 month after Last of Us, so theoretically they should be at about the same stage of development. And they didn't say that's delayed.
That's a good point.
So I'm really curious what's going on with that one. Because there have been rumors that like Ghost of Tsushima's been done, and they hadn't shipped it because it would get in the way of Last of Us, or Last of Us would realistically get in the way of Ghost of Tsushima. So like, if it's really done, are they going to release it early? I think that's the more interesting question here, honestly.
My question is, in regards to this, one of the things I've heard people talk about online is just like, oh, well, you know, you got to imagine The Last of Us Part 2 is going to be anticipated to be their best-selling game of the year for first-party Sony. The physical distribution pipelines for video games are severely hindered by literally all of the GameStops being down. Now, obviously, people can still buy digitally, but will everybody be willing to do that? Also, on top of that, you have to imagine people are being, you know, more cautious with spending on games right now because, goddamn, so many of us are out of work. It could just be they're waiting for some kind of return to normalcy on that, but I also can't imagine it's going to be that much sooner than the end of the PlayStation 4's life cycle.
I legitimately don't think there's a single answer to why this is being delayed. I think it's the COVID delays on actual production and QA of the game. It's delays on getting the physical copies out there, getting distribution channels set up.
That's a good point.
It's literally delays everywhere. Yeah. So I think that's why that's all really tying into this indefinite thing. And they're to the point in the life cycle of PlayStation where if it gets delayed until September, do they just make it a launch title for PS5 and have it make a holiday release on both consoles? That doesn't sound like a bad idea to me.
That sounds pretty good to me.
If you're going to release in September, which is around when Cyberpunk's supposed to come out, we'll see. Do you just forego competing with that game, wait a month and a half, and release around Thanksgiving?
Yeah, that's a really good point. We'll see. Hopefully we have plenty of games to look forward to this year, but we'll see how it goes. Hayo, you're up next. Can you win Reliant K's point?
No.
Do you want to try and refresh your camera one more time just to see if you can get it?
Yeah, we can. Let's see if it'll work. Everybody else, but we'll see.
Watch, Ian comes back and you won't.
Probably.
Is it working for anybody else? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, all of them are fine on my end.
What the hell?
Yeah, I can see everyone.
Why? All right, moving on from here. Hayo, what would you like to talk about?
We're gonna do Gamescom going digital.
Oh, okay. All right, tell me all about it.
Well, there's not too much to it. Gamescom is going digital, right?
All right, thank you, Hayo. Very good.
There we go.
Next topic.
No, I could say a couple.
Okay, please.
They're not doing their May thing because of the virus. Now they're saying August is looking a little hairy at the moment as well. Maybe we just do a whole digital thing for then as well. Oh, fudge. Sorry, 1 second. Ah, fuck. Shut up. Okay. Okay.
This guy's getting text messages right now. Come on.
Maybe we do a digital release for August as well, which I think they're going to end up doing, even if they do have a physical presence for it. But this could be a very good time for everybody who's doing digital stuff. Nintendo already has their digital thing. PlayStation's doing their digital thing. I think, has Microsoft said anything about doing a digital thing or not?
For E3, yes.
Okay. This is going to be, whereas before everybody was like, this was the year where they were like, hey, forget E3, and then E3 got canceled anyway. Now everyone's going to be doing their own online things, except for Bethesda. Right. Now that you got to compete with everybody instead of at E3 online, if you're doing it all at the same time anyway, it's time to shore up production value, right? So this is good for us because we get to watch these at our leisure, and it's going to be better than ever. And you're not going to have cringy people on camera, live, being idiots, right? They're going to be able to rehearse. They're going to be able to like, man, I really did that poorly. Let's redo it. Let's reshoot it. That guy who came on the stage was a fucking idiot. Let's add in some fake claps so it doesn't sound as bad, you know? This is going to work out for everybody.
Yeah, we're not going to have Todd Howard come on stage and tell us that he's put Skyrim on another product.
Exactly. That's why they had to. That's why they're like, yeah, we can't afford another one of those. Let's just do nothing.
All right, I like it. All right, going back around in the order then, Ian, it is your turn. What would you like to talk about?
All right, I'm going to talk about Hello Neighbor.
Yeah, I literally almost know nothing about this game apart from just seeing a few trailers. So it blew my goddamn mind that it's doing this well.
Yeah, but I want to talk about why. Because
Please.
I know very little about this.
Okay.
This game is not for me and you. This game is for 7-year-olds.
Really?
Whoa, wait a minute. Hello, neighbor.
Yeah.
Oh.
Listen, this is for like the game theory demographic. This is for the like talk to pretty much any like elementary school teacher, and they'll tell you this game is like crack.
Really?
It's like Fortnite.
Really?
Yeah. Like, you talk to a kid that knows video games, and they're gonna say, "Oh, have you played Hello Neighbor?"
Huh.
So the story is it's been played 30 million times, and the book sales are in 16 million. And yeah, like I said, this is the Five Nights at Freddy's demographic. This is the game theory demographic. This is the fucking Minecraft demographic from back when. Although those people have grown older. That's my generation.
Just a little boy, dude.
Yeah. Like, this is huge on the playgrounds. This is the thing that, like, everyone's talking about. If they're not talking about Fortnite, they're talking about Hello Neighbor. By all accounts, it's a good game. I haven't played it, and I'm not gonna. It doesn't look like my kind of thing. But yeah, it's an indie game made by like 2-3 people.
Yeah, small team.
Yeah, it's the Minecraft of the newest generation, of the current generation of elementary school and like middle school kids.
That's pretty freaking wild. Yeah, Hayo says I did watch the game theory on it. I had to laugh real hard when you said, yeah, it's like the 7-year-old crowd, the game theory crowd. I was like, damn, I know Hayo's a game theory fan.
Dude, they're putting out Minecraft.
Listen, I was a game theory fan until like I was 12, 13.
Well, you're like 14, 15 now, so that doesn't count.
Funny, listen.
Oh my god, my.
It is a mobile game now, so I guess it's. I mean, I remember when it first came out.
Wait! Hello, Neighbor's on mobile.
I assume Ryan K fan in the chat says it's on the App Store.
What the fuck? Okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean, Android, Play, PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Windows, iOS. Yeah, it's everywhere.
That's gotta help. Right. That's gotta help a lot with those sales for sure. And when Matt and Pat talks about you, people listen. So
I don't know why he gets so much shit. Like, I don't even like.
Listen, Hayo, you're the voice of the people.
But it's like people don't like Matt Pat for some reason, and he's like A-okay in my book.
Listen, I don't mind Matt Pat, but I cannot stomach any more game theory.
But that's just a theory. A game theory.
Thanks for watching.
I think it's back to Mizuki, correct?
Dapper.
Oh, it's Dapper. Sorry, Dapper next.
Yes, yeah. All right, so let's talk about Bethesda.
Heck yeah! Give me the deet on Todd the God Howard.
All right, so as we've talked about, and Hayo talked about not too long ago, a lot of companies are going to be doing informal online replacements because every big gaming event's being canceled. one company who's not doing that, apparently, as just announced on April 1st, and not an April Fool's joke, is Bethesda, who has stated that they will not be doing any sort of digital showcase around in the June timeframe around when E3 was going to happen. And I mean, maybe that's a bummer for some people, but I don't know. I feel like I was trying to think of like, what are we excited to hear about from Bethesda right now? And I ended up with a giant fucking blank because I don't really want a Fallout 77 announcement, which is just the same thing as Fallout 76, but it costs more and sucks more. Because I feel like that's all Bethesda is going to show us anyway. Because I'm kind of just going to use this topic to dunk on Bethesda because they have been sucking hard lately. And they should just stick to publishing good games like Doom instead of trying to make their own.
I was gonna say, to be fair, they did just publish Doom Eternal.
That's published. That's not what they developed, though.
Doom Eternal's a banger, though.
I'm not denying that. But they just published that. They didn't develop that.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna dunk on them for the shit they developed, like crappy Fallout games, suck, like Fallout 76, and the Elder Scrolls game, but an Elder Scrolls sequel we're like never going to get.
Technically, the same parent company owns id Software, so sort of they did develop it.
I'm trying to dunk on Bethesda here. Give me this.
Just leave Doom out of it, all right?
I said I got no problem. I said they can continue publishing good games. I got nothing bad to say about Doom. Haven't played it. I got nothing bad to say about it. I just do like dunking on Bethesda because Fallout 76 was a giant piece of shit, and they consistently made it shittier and shittier by trying to convince people to spend money on their giant rotting piece of shit.
It's Starlink should be the game we're looking for next for them, right? Is it Starlink? Not Starlink. Starfield. God, so many boring sounding game names.
Starfield and ES6 are there. And Ghostwire Tokyo. Those are the three. Nope, there's four. Deathloop.
Well, Deathloop is Arcane, right? But
yeah, it's still
published.
Their own.
I am super hyped for Deathloop, but yeah, it's
I'm ready for anything Arcane throws out. Those people. I mean, actually, I wasn't a huge fan of Prey, but
because you're wrong. Prey is an amazing game. Prey is so good.
I'm ready for anything Arcane throws out.
Yeah, same. Whatever they do, and the little trailer they gave us for Deathloop looked rad. Oh, now Ohio's red. God damn it!
I didn't even know you could change that. That's hilarious.
Yeah. All right.
I can't find the original pic. Actually, I apologize.
Wait. You can't find the original picture to your own logo?
I think I deleted it a while back when I got it updated.
Oh no!
I have like
that's your whole brand, Hayo.
No. I got not be. Yeah.
Mizuki, you're up next.
We'll do a pseudo fun topic. Let's talk Star Wars Jedi Academy and its secret crossplay.
Yeah, this is pretty funny.
So this is fucking great. So Star Wars Jedi Academy, Jedi Outcasts, right? I think that's the full title.
Correct.
Or no, it's just
Jedi Knight Jedi Academy.
It rolls off the tongue.
And then the second one's Jedi Outcast. But so it was recently released for Switch. It got like a slight remaster port put on Switch, and boy, they didn't put a lot of effort into that because they left the IPs for the multiplayer servers exposed on the Switch port. So it wasn't exposing people's individual Switch IPs as far as I could tell, but it was exposing the IPs of the servers. So some PC players playing for, 15 plus years decided to crash the Switch servers and just wreck everyone's day. And that's hilarious. It's great.
Yeah.
PC players just style it on Switch players. Switch players don't know what the fuck's happening. They've had this game for 3 days. They're playing multiplayer against people that have had it for 15 years.
Yeah, it's not like just having crossplay on Fortnite between Switch and PC. It's like also the Fortnite came out 15 years ago on PC, and now Switch is just now getting it.
Exactly, because like if people are still playing the multiplayer for Star Wars, like Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy at this point, like they're good. You don't play a game for 15 years and like suck terribly at it. So that's great. Like a little bit of a dig on the devs for not even like trying for like hiding the IPs of the servers. Like it was clearly low effort from them.
It's
what's more likely is they like not offshore. They outsource the port from like the original people that run the server, and so the port people were like, yeah, I mean, you just point at the thing, good to go, and that left the IPs open. So it's shitty. I really hope they fix that soon for these poor Switch players that will probably never pick up the game again because they got like dumpstered so badly.
Yeah.
Wait, so is this kind of similar like when I tried to play Dark Souls many years after it came out and someone invaded me and fucking one-shot me?
Almost certainly,
I don't
yes.
fucking know how because the game is a shitty magic system and I don't know how it works, so he just walked over and one-shot me because that game fucking sucks and is bad.
Hold on.
No, it's a trash game. I won't get into it right now, but
yeah, this is
the same thing that happened.
This is Dapper's Breath of the Wild, so don't.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
It's. But yes, Dapper, it's a very similar situation.
Yeah, because that was fucking tilting.
Also, shout out to Dreadnought in the chat for saying to take a point away from me because of my shirt.
Ouch.
Yeah, that
but
hurts.
I agree.
Damn. It's the green background. It looks so much better in real life. Hayo, you're up next. You got the final topic this week. What would you like to take? You got an 8-point deficit. Can you make it up?
I can't, but I can't even really bomb with any topics either. So let's do Steam downloads.
That's the one you're gonna go with.
Let's do Pong.
That's the one you're gonna go with.
All right.
You could take that. You could even combine the Xbox topics, Io.
No.
Those aren't spicy.
There's two.
Those aren't spicy though.
I know. I see one for sure. Are you sure there are two?
There's Thing Igil with a price, and there's they'll still launch the Xbox Series X even if Halo Infinite isn't a launch title.
Holy moly! Yeah, I don't want to go with anything other than Pong or Steam.
Hell yeah! Tell me. I trust your vision, Haya. Whatever it is.
Let's do Pong RPG.
Okay, take it away.
So there is Atari hasn't been relevant in video games for what? The entire lifespan of the entire crew so far, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe like 2 of Ian's lifetimes, because But I think they were still making like hardware or something. Like they weren't like completely out of the game. They just weren't in a flash.
They were just selling Pac-Man's likeness.
Wow, there's a lot of Pac-Man stuff, isn't there? Anyway,
they were just remastering all their games.
Yeah.
He's got like 2 TV shows. I don't know, whatever.
A bunch of really shitty platformer games.
Those platformer games are good, actually.
Somebody take a point away from Ian, please.
I wish, man. Take away 5.
Can I give you like 5,000 points to take away 1 point from him?
God damn. I'll continue with your point.
It looks cute. It looks kind of like an indie game. You remember how you guys were talking about What the Golf the other day?
Yeah.
It kind of looked like that, but for Pong. You're going around into different games, but you're like playing Pong in those games. Mm-hmm. And you get different Pong outfits for your vertical up and down lines, right? You can put a hat on them and you can give them a smiley face. And it's like, oh, this is cute. It's kind of like putting on a Minecraft skin. So, you can appeal to all those crowds as well as the fucking indie game people, I actually despise the look and the feel and the aesthetic and the intent behind this to every degree. Do you guys remember the game Cube World for the GameCube?
Legitimately no.
No, I don't think
Cubivore. I apologize. Cubivore.
Still no.
I'll say sure.
you were like this cube. You were like made up of squares, and you like 8 other cubes, right?
Uh-huh. They said, what is the hardest polygon for us to make? Oh, a 6-sided one. Okay, that's 3D. There we go, baby.
What is this game?
Look,
I think this would have woken Rob's vor fetish.
Hey, I'm ending my turn. Actually, I don't even want to let that go any further. I got nothing more to say.
I think this has a spirit in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh, God.
What the fuck?
Wait, Pong?
71% on Metacritic can't be that bad.
No, Cubivore.
That was a good game. And it had that Donut County Pong RPG aesthetic that people just seem to not get enough of,
I feel like
decade
you're just
after
saying
decade.
words. Yeah. It looks cute. It's a funny idea. We'll see how it goes. Video games.
The video games, baby. Yes.
But I think that is going to do it for this week. And that means Hayo, Ian, and Dapper, it's time to go home. Is Mizuki.
I got fucking robbed, dude.
Oh, my camera's broke.
If
Well,
you would have kept speaking,
my
you might have
icon.
made it. You gave up. You said, I didn't want to talk about Vor. I'm going to quit now. Which is probably for the best of the podcast, but thank you. Mizuki, you want to try resetting your camera one more time? We'll see if it gets on. Otherwise,
If
people
it
just looking
doesn't,
at your
we're going
monitor.
icon, man.
That's fine.
No, I think it's Bork. Dude.
All right, fine. Take it away.
All right. I don't have anything to plug or do anything, so my minute to win it, it's gonna be about the Xbox Series X story. Xbox Series X coming out even if Halo Infinite's delayed, and also their pricing staying agile. Xbox don't want to lose. They're gonna release anyway. They can have no games for the One X. They're still gonna release. They can have, like, PlayStation can say it's gonna be $400 when PlayStation announces their price. Xbox gonna be like, no, it's $350. They want to win. They're tired of losing. I respect it. Phil Spencer's like trying to become the new Reggie, man, and he's not super far off.
That's a bold statement, but also I don't entirely disagree with you. Anything to plug this week? We do have an episode I put up last week. Not an episode, but a video on the YouTube channel on the Trials of Mana remake, which is coming out later this month. I'm pretty excited for it. It plays like a dated game, but that's not bad in a weird way, if that makes sense. Also, I should have a new video up this week on my favorite multiplayer experience of all time. Get excited for that. I won't say what it is here. Actually, I will say what it is. It's Chrome Hounds. Everyone's game that they never played. Anything for anybody else to plug?
Yeah, I might stream some more this weekend. So I think I did some last weekend, but Twitch TV/Mizuki, spelled exactly the same as below me, would be either Animal Crossing, Doom Eternal, or Beat Saber, because we're all stuck inside and I need to move.
Dapper, Ian, Hayo.
It seems like we're going to be doing After Party for Video Game Book Club this month.
Yeah.
For anyone watching. It's on sale for $16 on Epic. Looks to be a fun little story-based romp through hell. I'm looking forward to it, though.
Yeah.
Developer as Oxenfree.
Yeah.
Yep, correct. Yeah. So yeah, important to plug our video game book club. We do it every month. This is our 3rd month now doing it, and our game of choice is Oxenfree. So
No,
if you'd like
Nope, After Party.
God damn it.
After Party, gotta do a raid Oxenfree.
So if you'd like to join, please get into our Discord, which there'll be a link to in the description, and you can play along with us. And at the end of the month, we come together and discuss it. But I think that's gonna do it for this week. But remember, you can always catch us here on twitch.tv/King Kaiser every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We do a episode of the show. But until next time, this has been Around the Monitor.